Oh, hey everyone! True Review here. So if you remember a little while ago, I made a video about the top 10 most bizarre video games ever. Well, I also remember that there are some normal video games out there that hide some very abnormal things. So with that in mind, here we have the top 10 most bizarre Easter eggs in gaming. Just to warn you, some of these Easter eggs are quite disturbing, while some are just outright funny. Enjoy! Elevator disco! So stupid. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this one before, but the two soldiers having a rave in an elevator in Crysis 2 is hilarious. There's some stuff you've got to do beforehand to find it, and you've got to go a little out of your way, but it's totally worth it to see two enemies partying it up like there's no tomorrow, right in the middle of a war zone. Giant rat! This is a well-known one, but it's still strange all the same. During the mission where you have to incapacitate an armoured convoy with your sniper rifle, by shooting a very specific spot on the far wall, you'll be able to summon a giant rat to come tearing through the city, clearing out everything in its way. It doesn't help to complete your mission, but it's still really bizarre to see a massive rat going haywire. Monkey family! I don't know what it is about this Easter egg that's so weird, but I think you'll get what I mean after I've shown it to you. This can be found at several points throughout the game, but if you're feeling adventurous and want to ditch the main plot for a bit and go off to places on the map that you shouldn't really be going to, then you may encounter a family of apes. They don't do anything, they just sit there and look at you, but it's just... why is this even here? Out of all the different types of Easter eggs that the devs could have gone with, they went with a family of monkeys. And don't get me wrong, monkeys and apes are cool, but, well, I was expecting something like a massive sign saying I love Halo, instead of this. Is it just me feeling a bit freaked out about this one? Let me know in the comments either way.
Lane Goodman.
Giant rabbit! Yep, you heard me right, a giant rabbit. We've had a giant rat, so now we're upgrading it to a rabbit. By following several markers leading to other locations, you'll eventually be stopped by the sight of a giant purple rabbit arising from the ocean looking quite angry. It doesn't attack you and it sinks back down if you try to shoot it. But yeah, there's a massive purple rabbit hiding beneath the waves. Actually, you know what? The Saints Row franchise is so bizarre in of itself that the existence of a massive rabbit hiding under the sea is something that shouldn't surprise me. Rat poker! Yeah, we're back to rats again. And the naked clapping guys almost made this list, but I prefer rat poker. This is another Easter egg that requires you to go out of your way to find it. During the curtains down level, if you go down to the basement and kill off the rats there, a special key will appear on a nearby table. Picking it up will grant you access to a previously inaccessible room on another floor. A room which contains a group of rats playing poker, as well as a rat boxing match. Normal, right? Ghost of Mount Gordo. Like with most Easter eggs, this one is very easy to miss if you didn't know it was there. If you go to the edge of Mount Gordo between the hours of 11 at night and midnight, then you'll be able to encounter a very harrowing sight. It turns out that Mount Gordo is haunted by a restless spirit who has passed away suddenly. If you try to approach the ghost, then she'll just disappear, leaving behind a pool of blood on the ground from presumably where she died. However, if you want to investigate her death, then you'll begin to find out that she may have been murdered by another character in the game. This incident is never brought up during the main campaign, nor is it even mentioned in any of the side missions. Strange that. Weird faces. The Game Boy camera was a stupid gimmick that no one really asked for, and even if you did, then the novelty would wear off quite quickly. It basically allowed you to take low-res pixel images by using the mounted attachment on your Game Boy. But as this was a Nintendo product, the software that came with it contained a few crappy minigames. One of which acts a lot like a 90s JRPG, or like something you'd expect from Pokemon, with options such as fight, use item, etc, etc. But one of these options was run. Now at first we didn't think much of using that function because most of us had played Pokemon and it acted the same way there. However, if you use that option enough times here, then what you'll encounter is something very different entirely. An image of one of several disturbing faces will appear on the screen asking you, who are you running from? Now as adults this isn't enough to freak us out, but you have to take into consideration that the majority of people who were using this device back when it came out were kids, and I'm sure that they wouldn't have wanted to see this on their Game Boy screens. Dashboard sounds. Alright, so this one's kind of cheating as it's not from a game, but a games console instead. This one is purely designed to fuck with your head, and it only works on the original Xbox console. By going to the sound options in the dashboard, you'll be able to fiddle around with the settings. However, if you leave both the Xbox and your TV on this screen for several hours, then you'll begin to notice strange noises coming from your TV. Some of them sound like doors closing or faint footsteps, some of them sound like disembodied voices, and some sound like they're not from this world at all. This was presumably Microsoft's way of telling you not to leave your Xbox on for long periods of time, and maybe go to bed if you're falling asleep in front of your Xbox. Hidden message! This one is kind of disturbing, but it's more confusing and will make you pull a funny, confused face more than anything. Load up Sonic CD, and then on the title screen hit down, 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 left, right, and A, which will bring you to the sound testing screen. Now change the values from left to right as 46, 12, and 25. After entering this code, you'll be treated to this. The sentence reads, "Fun is infinite with Sega Enterprises." But just... what is this? There are other hidden messages and images to be found within the sound test page as well, however this one is by far the most bizarre.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me, cocked your hand to the side and said I'm angry.
Dog ending! And finally at number 1 is the ridiculous hidden ending to Silent Hill 2. The requirements for this is to obtain the dog key from the Lakeview Hotel and then head over to the observatory. Inside, James will find out the real reason behind the events of Silent Hill 2. Now, I bet you all thought that it was all due to James's subconscious going out of whack and that everything was a reflection of his own desire for judgment. Yeah, well, you're wrong. The real reason why everything is happening is because there's a computer system that's designed to override reality that's being controlled by a dog. Funny that, but I totally saw it coming, / not. And that's that one smashed out of the park, but if your life is being controlled by a dog, then like this video and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to check out both my Twitter and Patreon pages because they both need watering and may die if you don't, and I'll see all of you damned irresistible people next time. See ya!
Sometimes I think this life is killing me. Sometimes I think this life is killing me. I swear it's killing me. This life is killing me.